Hello class! Welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, our topic is all about the domain and range of inverse function. Okay? So to determine the domain and range of an inverse function, basahin muna natin to. The outputs of the function are the inputs to inverse function. So, the range of the original function is also the domain of the inverse function. So likewise, because the inputs to the original functions are the outputs of the inverse function, the domain of the original function is the range of the inverse function. So ano bang ibig sabihin nito? So this means that the domain of the inverse function is the range of the original function. And that the range of the inverse function is the domain of the original function. So, ibig sabihin guys, nagkapalit lang. Okay? So, yung domain, naging range ng ating inverse. Then, yung range ng original function, naging domain ng kanyang inverse. Okay? So, para mas ma-visualize natin, kung ito yung domain and range ng ating original function, doon naman sa kanyang inverse relation, yung ating domain is magiging range. Okay? Then, yung ating range naman is magiging domain. Naintindihan ba guys? So, nagkapalit lang. Okay? So, meron tayong three properties of an inverse function. Ang first property natin, the inverse function is a one-to-one function if f is also one-to-one. Okay? So, number 2, yung domain ng ating inverse is equals doon sa range ng ating original function. Then, number 3, the range of the inverse function is equals doon sa ating domain of original function. Nakuha, guys? So, let's have our first example. Find the domain and range of the inverse function. So, ang inverse function natin is equals to x plus 2 all over 3. Okay? So, bago natin guys kunin yung domain and range ng ating inverse function, ang suggestion ko dito is kunin nyo muna yung kanyang original function. Okay? So, paano natin ibabalik yan? So, first, palitan natin si f of negative 1 of x. Gawin nating y equals x plus 2 all over 3. Okay? So, ito yung kanyang inverse function. So, ibabalik natin to original. So, next is interchange natin si x and y. So, si y magiging x. Then, yung x natin magiging y. Okay? Then, solve for y. Multiply natin both side of the equation by 3. So, maka-cancel out natin to. We have 3x equals y plus 2. Okay? So, isolate natin si y. So, pwede nating ilipat si 2 sa left side ng ating equation. So, meron tayong 3x minus 2 equals y. Okay, so ngayon na-solve na natin si y. Yung y natin guys, ito na ngayon yung ating original function. Okay, so therefore, ang original function natin is f of x equals 3x minus 2. Okay? So, ngayon, since na-determine na natin yung ating original function, which is equals to 3x minus 2, pwede na natin, guys, kunin yung ating domain and range. Okay? So, pag nakuha na natin yung domain and range ng ating original function, makukuha na rin natin, guys, yung domain and range ng ating inverse function na x plus 2 all over 3. Tama? So, try natin. So, since ang ating original function, guys, is a linear function, so alam naman natin, guys, pagka linear ang ating function, yung kanyang domain and range is the set of all real numbers. Tama? So, ang domain natin dito is the set of all x such that x is an element of any real numbers. Tama? So, ganun din si y. Okay? Or ganun din si range. Ang range natin is the set of all y such that y is the set of all real numbers or any real numbers. Okay? So, since linear yung ating function. So, ngayon, yung domain ng ating original function, yan naman guys yung range ng ating inverse function. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang range ng ating inverse function is the set of all y such that y is any real numbers din. Okay? So, parehas lang silang any real numbers. Ngayon, yung range natin dito, yun naman yung domain ng ating inverse. So, ganun din guys. The set of all x such that x is any real numbers. Okay? So, wala tayong restrictions dito. Nakuha guys? So, let's proceed to example number 2. Find the domain and range of f of x, 3x plus 12, and its inverse. Okay? So, this time guys, ang given natin is yung original function. Tama? So, first, kunin muna natin yung kanyang inverse function. So, palitan natin si f of x, gawin natin y equals 3x plus 12. Okay? So, ngayon, interchange natin si y and x. So, we have x equals 3y plus 12. Then, solve natin si y. So, lipat natin to. Sa left side, we have x minus 12 equals 3y. Tama? Then, divide natin both sides of the equation by 3 para ma-isolate natin si y. So, y is equals to x minus 12 all over 3. So, ito na ngayon guys, yung ating inverse function. Okay, so we have x minus 12 over 3. Okay? So, ngayon, determine natin yung kanilang domain and range. So, first, yung ating original function, which is 3x plus 12. Okay, again, so since yung ating original function ay linear function, tama? Ibig sabihin, wala tayong restriction dito. Okay? So, ang domain, guys, ng ating linear function is palagi yung the set of all x such that x is the set of all real numbers. Okay? So, the same with y, no? So, the set of all y such that y is the set of all or any real numbers. Nakuha? So, ngayon, nakuha na natin yung domain and range ng ating original function. Makukuha na rin natin, guys, yung domain and range ng ating inverse function. Okay? So, since wala naman tayong restriction doon sa ating range ng ating original function, so sa domain ng ating inverse, wala din. Okay, so the set of all x such that x is any real numbers. Okay? Then yung range naman natin, so doon sa ating domain ng original function, wala tayong restriction. So ang range natin dito is the set of all y such that y is the set of all real numbers din. Okay? So, naintindihan guys? So, let's have another example, number 3. Find the domain and range of the function square root of x plus 2 and its inverse. Okay? So, first, kunin muna natin guys yung kanyang inverse function. So, we have y equals square root of x plus 2. Okay, so interchange natin si x and y. So, we have x equals square root of y plus 2. Okay, so to solve for y, kailangan nating i-square both sides of the equation. Tama? Para ma-cancel out natin yung ating square root. So, dito guys, x squared, that is x square equals, so sa right side naman, makakancel lang yung ating square root and square. Tama? And that is y plus 2. Then solve natin si y. Pwede nating ilipat si 2 sa left side. That is x squared minus 2 equals y. So since na-solve na natin si y guys, ito na ngayon yung ating inverse function. Okay, so meron tayong quadratic. Okay, x squared minus 2. Nakuha guys? So next is identify na natin yung kanilang domain and range. So, unahin natin yung kanyang original function. We have square root of x plus 2. So, paano natin ngayon makukuha yung domain and range ng isang function na may radical? So, dito guys, as you can see, yung radicand natin is x plus 2. Tama? So, alam naman natin, yung radicand natin guys, dapat hindi yan maging negative. Tama? Kasi kung magiging negative yung ating radicand, ibig sabihin, pagka tinake natin yung square root, magkakaroon tayo ng imaginary number. Or hindi siya real number. Tama? So, ano yung mga values na bawal dito? Okay, ibig sabihin, bawal tayong magkaroon dito guys ng negative 2 pababa. Okay, example yung negative 3, negative 4. Kasi pagka in-input natin si negative 3 dyan, magkakaroon tayo ng negative 1. Then ang square root ng negative 1 is imaginary. Okay, ibig sabihin, ang domain natin dito guys, is kanino lang mag-i-start. Is the set of all x such that yung x natin dapat greater than or equal lang kay negative 2. Tama? Dapat mas mataas or equal lang tayo kay negative 2. Then, other than that, kung mas mababa pa dyan, magkakaroon tayo ng imaginary. Okay? So, next, sa range naman tayo, ay naman yung mga value ng ating f of x. Pagka in-input natin yung ating mga domain. Ibig sabihin, kung starting point natin is negative 2, tas in-input natin yan dito guys, di ba? Negative 2 plus 2, that is 0. So, square root ng 0, 0. Okay? Then, pagka kumuha tayo ng negative 1, tataas na yan. Nakuha guys? So, ibig sabihin, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng negative value sa ating range. Okay? So, magi-start yung ating range saan? Magi-start siya guys kay 0, then pataas. Tama? Hindi naman tayo bibigyan ng negative values ng ating square root. Okay? So, pag na-identify na natin yung domain and range ng ating f of x, pwede na natin guys makuha yung domain and range ng ating inverse function. Okay? So, ang inverse function natin, we have x squared minus 2. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ang range ng ating original function, yan yung domain ng ating inverse. Okay, so that is the set of all x such that x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so kukopyahin natin yung range. But this time, naka-x siya since domain. Okay, then dun sa kanyang range naman, is the set of all y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay? So, naintindihan ba guys kung paano kinukuha yung domain and range ng ating original function and inverse function? So, let's have our last example, number 4. Consider the f of x equals x squared minus 5. Then find the inverse and its domain and range. Okay? So, una, kunin muna natin guys yung ating inverse function. So, palitan natin si f of x ng y. So, we have f of x or y is equals to x squared minus 5. Okay? Then, interchange natin si x and y. So we have x equals y square minus 5. Then next is solve natin si y. So lipat natin si negative 5. So meron tayong x plus 5 equals y square. Okay, so to cancel out yung square dito sa ating y, okay, mag-extract lang tayo guys ng square root sa both sides ng ating equation. Okay, so maka-cancel out natin yan. So we have y equals square root of x plus 5. Tama? So ito na ngayon guys yung ating inverse function. Okay? So next is identify na natin yung domain and range ng ating original function. So meron tayong x square minus 5. So una, kunin natin si domain. So as you can see guys, dito naman sa ating f of x, wala naman tayong pwedeng maging restriction ni x, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin, any x values is magkakaroon tayo ng real number dito. Okay? So ibig sabihin, ang domain natin dito is the set of all x such that x is any real numbers. Tama? Then sa range naman, so sa range natin guys, since naka-square yung ating domain, ibig sabihin, yung output natin diyan is laging positive. Tama guys? Ibig sabihin kung kahit maglagay tayo ng negative x values, ang output niyan is positive. So ngayon ano kaya yung mga magiging range lang natin doon? Okay? So sabihin na natin nag-start tayo sa 0. Kung 0 yan, ibig sabihin, ang range natin magi-start kay negative 5. Okay? Then, habang tumataas yung numbers natin or habang bumababa yung numbers natin, yung ating f of x ay tumataas na. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang range natin dito is the set of all y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 5. Tama? So, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng below negative 5 kahit anong ilagay nating x dyan. Naintindihan guys? So, ngayon, try naman natin kunin yung inverse, yung domain and range ng ating inverse function na square root of x plus 5. Okay? So, dito guys, kagaya na sinabi natin kanina, ang domain natin dito is yung range ng ating original function. So, that is the set of all x such that x is greater than or equal to negative 5. Tama? Then, yung kanyang range naman is yung domain ng ating original function. Okay? So, that is the set of all y such that x is any or y is any real numbers. Okay, so naintindihan ba guys? So this is the end of our video. I hope nakuha nyo kung paano ba kinukuha yung domain and range ng ating inverse function. So if you have questions or clarifications, kindly put them on the comment section below. So thank you guys for watching. This is Prof D. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!